Yes. Oh, writer's block. I have a writer's block absolute cure. You write from your unconscious. So it's your kind of, it's not exactly dreams, but it's the same place that comes from. And your unconscious lives inside you. It doesn't have a separate entity. Of course, yours may, but I hope it doesn't, because that would be very unhealthy. So you have to get onto a relationship with it where it can't mess you about, because if you're a published writer and a working writer as I am, I can't be getting up one Monday morning and going like, I can't do it today, and then Tuesday I can't do it, and Wednesday I can't do it. It's got to, you know, we have a job here, my unconscious and I, we have to do it together. So if it gets stuck and it won't cooperate at all, you do this simple exercise. You go out to the kitchen, you make a sandwich, you put it in your pocket. You get a bottle of water, you put in your other pocket. You say to your dog, you have to have a dog for this exercise, you say very loudly to your dog so your unconsciousness can hear, I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. So I'm going to walk out of this house. I've got my lunch. I'm going to walk, and I'm going to keep walking however long it takes until I get this problem resolved in my head and I'm ready to write the next bit. That's how we're going to do it. And the dog says, fine, because he likes a long walk. It's not a problem for him. So I set off. And I walk and I walk and I walk, and at lunchtime nothing's come, still stuck, nothing's happening. Stop, eat some lunch, drink some water, walk and walk and walk and walk. 3 o'clock, I say very loudly to the dog, looks like we're going to be out all night. I'm going to keep walking till I've resolved this problem, and it's going to get dark about 7 o'clock. And round about 4 o'clock, the unconscious goes, you win. And I go, oh, that's how I'm going to do it. Of course that's how to do it. That's a brilliant way to do it. That's really, really good. And I say, come on, dog, it's okay, we've done it again. And the unconscious goes, okay, but I'm damned if I'm staying out all night with you. And because, of course, if I were to die of exposure, the unconsciousness would have to die too. And it knows that. And that's why you have to, like, get a grip of it. Thank you. Yes. Which book is my favourite to research and write, and why? It's almost always the one I'm working on at the moment, because I'm having such fun with it. So at the moment I'm working on the family who ruled England before the Tudors. They're called the Plantagenets. They actually lose England to Henry VII at the Battle of Bosworth, and it's Richard III who loses that battle, and he's the one who locks up and maybe murders his little princes in the Tower. They're a fabulous family. They are the worst people you can imagine. They make the Tudors look like really nice, thoughtful, considerate people, you know, and I'm including that wonderful husband and father, Henry VIII, in this list. I mean, the Plantagenets are so big and bad and fantastic, and they do the Wars of the Roses. So, you know, for like 14 years, people are just galloping around the country fighting each other, which would be quite dull for a writer of historical fiction if it was not for the wonderful case that behind them there are these fanatically ambitious women. Elizabeth Woodville is one of them. She is descended, she can trace her family tree back to a water witch. Now, honestly, can you imagine being able to trace your family tree back to a water witch, the Witch Melusina? It's all coming next year, you'll have to wait, but that's currently my top favourite book. Other favourites would be The Other Boleyn Girl, because it's been such a great book for me. And I bet you like it too, The Queen's Fool. Yeah, I love The Queen's Fool, because I love Hannah so much in The Queen's Fool. She's a really lovely girl. Yes? Oh, how am I able to invent historical characters? Well, first of all, I really, really know stuff about them. So I know what they eat, and I know where they live. I go and look at their homes. So I know Hever Castle really well. I know the Tower of London really well. I go to Hampton Court pretty often. So I've got a real sense of how they live. And then I know what they look like, because I look at portraits. And then it's just like, in a sense, how do you know your friends? I look at what they do. If they have written anything, I look at what they've written. If there's reports of what they've said or their behaviour, then I really know that. And then I go like, well, putting all that together, what sort of a person is that? And then I try and get into their heads. And it sounds a bit vague, and I can't really explain it better than that. It is the art and the craft of writing. And, you know, I've been doing it now for about 20 years. So I think I'm getting better at it as well, because each time I write a book, I try and do it a bit better. And I like it more each time as well. But it's something, it's related to study, I think, really.